I am Vinnie Tortorich. Folks, your good intentions have been stolen, but don't worry. I'm here to help you get them back. You may be soft and succulent at the beginning of this process, but hang in there. Before long, you will be lean and mean, guaranteed. Now, normally you would hear this woman on the Monday show because she shows up every Monday. She is the OG co-host of the Fitness Confidential podcast, but it's Friday and she's here. That's right. We got her. She's special today. I'm talking about the beautiful Miss Anna Vocino. Yeah.
Party.
Yeah, you would think that with the money reference here in the OJ song, you would think I was doing a Dave Ramsey's show, but I'm not. We're going to talk about health and fitness today, but before we get to health and fitness, we're going to talk a little bit about money and the importance of money. As a matter of fact, Anna Vocino is our guest today, and over the years, we've talked about doing a money podcast.
I know. I kind of want to. But we have a lot to do with health and fitness, but also, we can just sprinkle in some money stuff anecdotally as we've done over the years, and maybe it'll give people some excitement and some inspiration.
Here's the thing. The discipline of being in shape or not, it's almost exactly the same. And people have asked me, it's like, why don't you do it? It's like, because Dave Ramsey does such a great job at it.
Right.
And I've become friends with some of the guys over there. I've become friends with Ken Coleman.
Yep.
I don't know if you know this, but his guy, John Deloney, wrote me a private message the other day. And yeah, that's right. I got a private message.
That's exciting.
From one Mr. John Deloney.
That's awesome.
Even though we're not friends yet,
apparently you are, because he's writing you messages.
Look, I think he and I have a little love things for each other. I love his show, and apparently he knows something about my show because he called me the GOAT. Yeah. Look at that.
That's pretty good.
My wife does not listen to my show, but she doesn't miss John Deloney. And
you think she's going to listen to you for an extra hour 3 times a week?
That's the thing. I get it. Like John is a very, very good looking man, folks. If you don't know who I'm talking about, go Google John Deloney. And his show kind of goes hand in hand with this show because he talks to people about, mental health. And we talk to people about their physical health. And I think John and I could do a lot of things together.
I think so too, because the mental health and physical health are very tied in.
Yeah. Now, why are we going to talk about, we're not going to talk all about money today, Anna, but we're going to spend a few minutes explaining to people about an investment that I've already invested in.
That's right. You have. Thank you.
I am an investor.
You own a piece.
I own a piece.
You own a piece of me.
I finally own a piece, and my wife is not divorcing me because of it.
That's right.
So when we did my movie, Anna, and I want to start with that so that people can understand the difference.
Yeah.
Someone came to me and said, crowdfunding. And almost like Tim Allen, I went,
right.
And then I became Scooby-Doo and ruh-roh. As soon as they explained, I remember when I first heard crowdfunding, and then we started doing crowdfunding, and I think it was getting close to $200,000. And I happened to be speaking to my dad that day, who's a way bigger Luddite than I am when it comes to anything internet, right? And I was explaining this crowdfunding thing to him. It's like, yeah, Dad, we're approaching $200,000.
Insane.
And it's not slowing down. And my dad was like, I need to get my friend Beezy on the phone. And it's like, what? He goes, you need an attorney. You're going to end up in jail.
What you're doing.
It's like, Dad, I'm not doing anything illegal. I don't think. It's called GoFundMe. And there's another one called Kickstarter. And my dad was like, so people just gave you money. Now, you got to understand, we came from very, very peasant stock.
Of course.
My dad was the first one. My dad's at college. He's a professor of history, American history. And he could not understand. And I could not explain to him. And he goes, so once you get this money, I said, Dad, believe it or not, once I get this money, I cannot do if I didn't want to do the documentary, I don't have to. There's nothing that says I have to do a documentary with this money.
That's crazy.
I could take the money and say, I tried to do a documentary or whatever, and just move on.
Right.
Now
I tried. Oh, well, sorry.
I got very lucky by connecting with one Mr. Peter Curtis Pardini.
Oh my God.
Who
Genius.
he really is. I hate, he might hear this and I don't want him to think I'm blowing smoke up his ass, but he's a kid genius. He's in his 30s. He's now got his own kid. He's a beautiful family.
I know.
And without Peter, Fata documentary wouldn't have been what it is. But we're not here to talk about that today. We're here because you're doing some sort of crowdfunding, but it's not Kickstarter.
That's right. So the word crowdfunding is the operative word.
Right.
And the difference is I'm doing equity crowdfunding.
And I want you to explain that. But before we start, I want people to know that I am an early investor. And I'm going to be honest with you, Anna.
Mm-hmm.
I put in what I would consider a nice amount of money. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going in even deeper because I know the products.
Right.
And I don't want to be sitting here 3 years from now going, fuck.
Well, I will say there are tiers right now that you do get bonus shares. So it depends on where you landed.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I just
they'll do bonus shares for the early birds at a certain tier.
So explain to people why, because your products do so well online, just like mine do, but you're going into, explain the whole thing. Give us an elevator pitch, but take longer than an elevator.
Oh yeah, it'll be longer than an elevator pitch because I want people to understand why this is happening. I'm sure if anyone's following me on socials, they're going to see a million posts over the next few months because this is important. And for those of you who diligently follow and the algorithm shows up all my posts to you, I'm just going to apologize to you in advance because you're going to see a lot of repeat posts about this crowd fundraise, because what happens is somebody, when this thing closes on January 28th, somebody's going to say, oh, I had no idea. I want to invest and funding will be closed, and it will be closed. That will be it.
Yeah.
So
say that again. What date is that, Anna?
I think it's January 28th because it opened October 28th.
Towards the end. We'll do something
towards the end of January. Yeah. Yeah. We can do something.
We'll do something in the middle, and then we'll do something right at the end.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. So thank you. And thank you for having me on today to talk about this, because it's a new thing. It's only a couple years old that you can even do this. So back in the day, Vinny, if you wanted to invest in a private company, let's say you want to be an angel investor and you want to put in, I don't know, $10,000 to $50,000, right? Or let's say you want to put in more. Let's say you have a company you really believe in, you want to do that. You could invest your money in the stock market. You could invest your money in real estate, but you could not invest in a private company unless you're what's called an accredited investor, which means you have to earn a certain tier per year, or you have to have a certain net worth, not including your primary residence, right?
Right.
And it's basically because
high. Those are high numbers, right?
They're high numbers, yeah. And I'm not sure where they are right now. I remember a few years ago, it was like you have to earn more than 250 or 200, I don't know, and you have to have more than like a $2 million net worth, something like that. But it doesn't include your primary home. Okay.
Right.
And the reason they do this is because private companies are tough to build, and people who invest in them generally have a lot of capital. Capital just is a fancy word of saying money. They have a lot of cash to put in. And so they don't want somebody putting all of their life savings in a private company, and then that private company, goes bust and there's no way to get your money back. It's a risky investment, right? So the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission, opened up a new regulation called a Reg CF, Regulation Crowd Fundraising. And what this does is it allows us to, and what we've done over the past 3 months, which I've told you about off the air, maybe a little bit on the air, is we have had to proverbially lift the skirt of the entire organization to be audited so thoroughly and file all the legal paperwork, have a third-party CPA audit, all this stuff to be able to qualify for the so that we're basically, what we're saying that we're claiming about our company is true, right? And we're not making any extraordinary claims, and we're not, lying about anything. We're telling the truth, which you guys know we tell the truth, so that's what we do. So it actually only took us a couple of months to go through all the regulatory, when it takes most companies 4 or 5 months to go through it, because I was like, here it all is. And I'm a very good bookkeeper. So here it all is.
Yeah.
And anyway, so now what we can do is offer up more shares for a much lower dollar amount. So regular folks like you and me, and I'm not making any assumption about whether or not you're an accredited investor. I'm pretty sure I'm not an accredited investor. Um, can now we can invest in a private company under the equity crowdfunding Reg CF regulation under the SEC. So what this means is that we're offering shares at 300, starting at 300. The shares are actually $2 a share, but the minimum investment is $350, and it's being hosted on the StartEngine platform. There are a few platforms that are doing this, kind of like Kickstarter and GoFundMe, except it's StartEngine, WeFunder, and Republic are the 3 that I'm familiar with. And I've invested in other companies where I really believe in the founder and I love what they're doing. And it's a long game. One of them, I invested in a psilocybin company. I invested in a soap company. But it's all founder based. And if you believe in the founder generally, and the numbers are looking good. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, because you ran right past it, and this is where it sounds like a good deal. Each share is only $2. You have to spend $350. So you end up
right. You end up with 175 shares if you put in the minimum. Yeah.
Which is not a measly amount of shares. So,
no.
And let me tell you how that can, and you tell me, Anna.
Right.
All right. As you know, I've been investing since I made my first dollar out of college.
Right.
And I've always been an investor in things like the Spider Index, Standard & Poor's, and Dow Jones, which are basically, these are the top 500 stocks. These are, blue chip, the Fortune 400, Fortune 300 companies. And the whole stock market runs off of those companies, right? So when you put money in the stock market, yeah, you could take a chance on a small company like Apple, that ended up exploding.
Sure. Right.
But that generally doesn't
Starbucks,
happen.
Tesla, Amazon, all those companies.
Right. Most of the, as you know, the .comers went bust. But if you happen to have money and I was lucky with Apple and some of those. I was but I bought very few shares in those, right? The main number of shares you buy is in things that are not expensive. And people will go, oh, big spender, because spiders are now $500-600. I don't even know who they are. But I used to buy them because
the index has grown so much. Yeah.
The index has grown and grown and grown. I used to buy them way back when they were like pennies on the dollar, right? So all of that just goes through the years. It just increases. You're selling a $2 stock. I mean,
right.
It's mind-boggling because I bought way more than $350 worth.
Yeah.
Because you're my friend, and not only that, I know the product, and I also know that by having a little skin in the game, I'm going to promote you even more.
That's true.
Right? It's like, why not, I promote Anna anyway. Why not promote her more? Because
and also too, you're not going to buy any Rayos anytime soon. You're going to support the brand that you're invested in.
Oh, I'm going to go buy. Well, we only buy your sauce anyway. And we only use your.
But still, I hope that's people. I want people to be invested.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm in hook, line, and sinker. I want y'all to be too. You know what I mean? Let's do this.
So Anna, I'm thinking of doing
community.
I know how much money I put in. Let me look.
Well, here's the thing.
All right. I know what I have. I'm thinking about doing that buy-in 2 more times for that amount over and over again, because that would put me at, I might even own more of the company than you at that point. My company.
Oh, shit.
You'd be working for me. That's an amazing thing, Anna. So I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I didn't realize when I bought what I bought, because I said, Serena, put this much money in.
Right.
And
you thought you were buying one share for $350.
I bought more than $350 worth. But Serena goes, how much should we put in?
I'm saying like that was what it correlated to. You thought that you were getting the one share. It was $350 per share, but it's not. It's actually $2 per share. And the reason for that is so that there is room to grow, but so that everybody has a little more. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Berkshire Hathaway where it's going to be $3,000 a
Oh,
share
that's
to be able to.
75,000. No, that's
Was
75,000
it 75? I don't.
or more, maybe 100. Anna,
Yeah.
let me ask a different question.
Yeah.
Since I've now gone past the $350,
Right.
let's say I'm just going to make up a number. Let's say my number was $400. So I went past the
Okay.
350. Let's say next week I got a little extra money at the end of the week. Do I have to buy another 350 or can I buy another 50?
Yeah, I think you do. I think so. That's actually a really good question. I think that you have to buy them in the increments that they're offered.
Of
I
350.
think, but I'm not sure. Let me know if somebody's able to do some fakakta amount. Good for you. Let me know if you're able to do it.
Well, I was
love
able
it.
to do a fakakta amount above because I didn't go to 700. I went in between those two numbers
Yeah.
when I bought. So I
Yeah,
should.
no, but that's one of the tiers that's in there. One of the tiers that's in there, you did that.
Oh, all right.
So that's why I'm unsure if you have to like do the tier or if you can just do a random amount and then you get the incentive that corresponds to the one right below it, like Price is Right rules.
An upcoming Monday show. Can you have that? Can you write that question down?
Absolutely.
Because I want to keep, every week, I give myself an income. I want to give more and more money because I'm not trying to help you. I'm trying to help. This is not about you. I'm trying to help me.
Yeah.
Because I know this company, I've seen what you've done with the books, with the sauce online, with the powder online. I need to be part of this. This is
well, thank you. I'm loving that you're a part of it. It means the world to me. The world. So, here's the thing. When we launched sauces, we launched just the marinara back in August of 2020 in the middle of the pandemic. And when we launched that, I learned really quickly that sauce can break and it's very heavy to ship. Also, sauce in this country is considered a commodity. It's not considered a premium item. We all consider it a premium item because once you get a little educated about your health and you cut out sugars and grains and you learn from Vinnie's PDF and you watch Fata documentary, you're like, hold on, maybe I should prioritize my resources towards good food. So we all consider it a very important thing to have healthy food, but the rest of the country, it takes a little more education.
Right.
So it makes more sense for the sauce to be in grocery stores than shipping it constantly direct to consumer. We'll ship it, but it's logistically not the greatest. It makes more sense to send pallets and pallets to the distribution centers that then send it to the grocery stores. It makes more sense to push that kind of food across the country that way. Now, the spices, and up to this point, the spices are not in grocery stores, and the spices are easy to ship, and those sales have been what's paying for everything else.
Right.
Those sales are our profit center for the business. Now, I'm going to say this, and this might be a really weird, vulnerable thing to say. I have not taken a dime out of Eat Happy Kitchen. I've chosen to reinvest everything into the company. That doesn't mean I don't deserve to be paid for my time at some point. I do at some point. I really do, because it's a lot of hard work. But I'm just saying I have not taken a dime out. And for the time being, my focus is growing the company. Yeah. And that's what I want to do. And if I'm taking investments from people, that money means even more to me. That is so important to me. I don't take it lightly that people want to invest. It almost brings me to tears. It's an amazing thing. So so this is what we've done so far, and that's amazing. In order to move into more grocery stores, because y'all see it on the posts, hey, come to this store, come to that store, do this, do that. And I'm like, y'all, it takes so much capital. That's the dirty little secret about everything that's on your grocery store shelves. Those people are paying for shelf space. They're giving what's called free fills, which is a case per flavor. It's called a free fill, case per flavor of every time they get onto the grocery store shelves, you have to give them free product. So for example, let me use the example of Sprouts. Sprouts would be a really wonderful place for our sauces to be. Would you agree, Vinnie? Like that would be a good where our target shopper would live.
Yeah, there, Sprouts, Whole Foods, those kind of places. Yeah. Absolutely.
And if we did that, we would need to, because Sprouts, when they bring you in nationally to all 300 and some odd stores. We would have, let's say they bring in all four of their regular SKUs. We would have to give them a case per SKU per store. Now, we're not just giving them that product. Somebody has to deliver that product. That's the distributor. Well, they need to be paid for their time. So it's not just our cost to the distributor that we're paying for. We're paying for what it costs the distributor to sell it to the store for,
And
right?
go on and mention again how many stores they have. 400.
Let's say 380. I think they're up
Okay,
to
so that's
380 stores.
380
And it's
free.
a fabulous account.
Yeah, that's
But this is the
300.
startup cost of getting on the shelf.
Yeah.
So doing some math of what that would be about 6 figures of product that we would be giving.
Yeah, just no
Just
money.
to get in the door.
Yeah, just to get in. Yeah.
Now, will I negotiate that? Hell yeah, I will. Will I be a tough ass bitch about stuff? Yes, I will, to
You
a
have
certain extent.
You
You
have
know, but listen, if it's a good partner, you figure it out, because ultimately you keep getting reorders and you keep getting reorders, and then there's a break even point. There are the economies of scale that once we have cash, we can now make more product, which will cost less. And then we can afford to do more discounts. When, by the way, when you're shopping at the grocery store and something's on sale, that's not the store that's eating that. That's the brand that's eating that.
Right.
So, and you're required to do at least 4 a year. They're temporary price reductions. So things like that we want to be strategic. Now, we also are repackaging our spices into the metal tins, like the McCormick or the Old Bay tins. We're doing that.
Yeah.
So, and that's what we're launching those into grocery next year. That costs money. We're also launching our cheese bites. That costs money. So we're getting into the snack category. My vision is not just being, a sauce and a spice company. I want to be across multiple categories. I want to be a reliable brand in the grocery store that anybody, like when they see our mayo, they can get it. They can know it's clean and it tastes amazing. They can see a snack product. They know it's amazing. It tastes great and it's clean. Like that they can trust.
Synonymous with good quality, clean.
Good quality, but great taste. Because there are some other brands that we know are clean, but you don't necessarily love the taste of it. And so, taste to me is, I want to say it's number one, but honestly, taste and clean have to be the same, top of the line thing. So that's what's going on and why we're choosing to raise money. Another thing we have never done, and you've been telling me to do this for years, we have not opened up the Amazon channel. We don't sell on Amazon yet. We're missing out on an entire search engine, because we just, for lack of funds and resources to get it started. And you've been saying, you got to get on Amazon. That's a great place to sell. I'm there for the books, but I'm not there for the spices yet. So, and we probably won't ever do sauces on Amazon because, again, it's the shipping.
The breakage, the shipping, you would end up losing on that. We do well in the vitamin space, but we haven't funded them with vitamins. I think we have Ultrasalt there right now, and we do have some nut butter, but we haven't been able to do a whole lot with Amazon. Well,
because you've had the supply chain issues that are now finally getting fixed.
We're finally getting ahead of, and so we'll be on Amazon shortly. But Anna, let's get back to why this is a plus because look, when I did my crowdfunding, we ended up at, I don't know, $260,000, right?
That's incredible.
But here's the deal. We gave away, here's one of the perks. We gave away a hat.
Yeah.
We gave away a t-shirt that looked exactly like this hat.
We have that t-shirt.
Mm-hmm. We gave away, like, for $2,500, you had a meal with me and Serena, right? For $2,500. So there was that. You can get the meal with me and Serena for whatever amount of money. We had all of these different perks that you can get, but none of them gave you anything more than a hat or a t-shirt or anything else like that. That's all you got, right? So the question becomes, why is this a better deal? And the answer is, you're putting in some money and you will be able to make money on your money. Now, the reason I'm still talking and you haven't heard from Anna is because she froze up right at the beginning of me talking here, and she's not back yet. I do know that she's in a hotel.
Okay, no, I'm back now. I'm back now.
Back. Look at that.
Can you hear me?
So Anna, I was explaining the difference, even though your photo is not back. There you are.
I'm back now. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So Anna, I went on to explain to the audience that all you got from me was a stupid t-shirt or a hat or whatever. With you, you get stock in the company. you can make money down the road, which is like a really cool thing. What else should they know?
Can you see me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I swear to God, I'm cursed. I'm cursed with the internet.
Well, you're in a
Yep,
hotel
I can hear you.
right? Anna? Or you in a
No,
hotel?
I'm in a house that has perfectly great internet.
Huh.
Supposedly, allegedly.
Where are you in the world?
But I'm in Atlanta and I'm
Okay.
headed to New York tomorrow. Just did Good Day Atlanta, made some
Nice.
chicken parm.
There she goes again. For whatever reason, she keeps cutting in and out. While Anna tries to figure that out, I will do a Villa Capelli ad. Speaking of small companies that do really well, Villa Capella Olive Oil is the longest running sponsor of this show. Villa Capelli. Stephen Crutchfield runs that company like a top. Listen, we found out a long time ago, you hear everyone talking about seed oils nowadays. It's on the lips of politicians and everywhere else. You don't want seed oils. Well, guess what? In the United States, you're able to cut olive oil up to 40% and still call it 100% pure olive oil, as long as the other 60% is 100% pure olive oil. See how they you see how they scam you there? Well, Villa Capelli doesn't do that. Villa Capelli gives you 100% olive oil, no seed oil added. And it's not just good olive oil, it's good olives that is made from Puglia, Italy is one of those hotbeds of great olive trees, right? The Greeks have a bunch of great olive trees, but Italy have just as many great olive trees, and Puglia is one of those places. So go get Villa Capelli olive oil. Let them know we sent you. If you put in promo code Vinnie, VINNIE, you will get 10% off every single time. Promo code Vinnie, VINNIE, no wimpy Y. You'll get Villa Capelli. We have completely lost Anna here. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on hold here for a second and see if we can get her back. And then Debbie can, looks like she's coming back on now. Let's bring her in. Let's see if Anna, are you there?
Wow.
I just did the world's best Villa Capelli ad talking about small companies.
Oh my God.
Well,
I'm going to murder the internet.
So Anna,
This is the national internet at play, folks.
It is, as my mom would call it, the national internet. So Anna,
I'm so sorry, Vinnie. That was extremely annoying. I wanted to scream.
No, we're fine. I explained that with my deal, we got $250,000 for handing out stupid T-shirts and hats.
Right.
Basically, and a meal with me and conch shells. I signed actual conch shells.
You did.
For like 400 people and I gave those away. Here's the deal. With you.
Yeah. I'm giving ownership in my company.
You're getting ownership. You're getting a big deal. It's a big deal. Yeah. And that's why.
Yeah.
Look, when I told Serena, when I yelled from the other room, she goes, hey, Anna's thing, I give her X amount of money. Okay. I thought I was going to be getting a T-shirt in the mail. I'm Anna.
And you probably won't get a T-shirt. You're going to get ownership, and we're going to have to play the long game, but you will get ownership. You are getting ownership.
Here's the thing. I'm in bed last night, pillow talk with Serena. It's like, how was your day? Great. How was your day? Great. I said, well, you got the Anna thing done? Oh, yeah. We got it done. I said, what do we get? A hat, a T-shirt? What do we get? And she goes, oh, no, you have stock in the company. I'm not going to say I got fully erect, but I got somewhat, got some blood flowing down there. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I own a piece of
It's your love language.
Happy Kitchen.
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah. That's why I couldn't wait to talk to you today.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really know.
Thank you. This is so great.
I was just being a friend. I didn't realize that you were helping me, which is what it comes to.
It's hopefully a rising tide raises all boats, and we're helping each other. So the money is going to help for all those reasons that I said. But then also, it is a long game. You know what I mean? Like, don't put in anything, don't invest anything where you feel like in 6 months, I need my $350 back, because this is a long game. It's going to take some time, and, once stuff starts coming in, because there are different incentives, like you get a discount if you do this much, you get something if you do that. So just give us a little bit of time to start to get those perks together, but you will get that. Now, StartEngine has a thing called their Venture Club. You don't need to join that Venture Club. You can if you want, but you don't need to. That's for people who are interested in investing in a bunch of small companies. That's their thing. That's what they want to do. But I think that because Serena and I were talking last night, she accidentally hit become a member, and you don't have to do that. So I just want to be really clear. You make your investment, there's a little bit of a fee, and it's done. You do credit card or ACH or whatever. But and I know it's forward facing, showing different things, and what I see on the back, it takes a few days for stuff to fund, but I'm already blown away by people.
You've done really well at the beginning stages of this. Yeah. I'm impressed. How much money are you looking for at the end?
I mean, Vinny, we need a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I can't even put a dollar figure on it, because every little bit, no matter how much we get, we will be allocating it to what we need to be able to. Here's the deal. We're going to allocate whatever we raise to best pull the levers so that we can grow our valuation, do another round of fundraising with private equity firms. But I don't want to dilute everybody. If I go to private equity right now and we all just bought shares, we're all going to be diluted terribly, because they're going to want to extract their pound of flesh, right? Because we're too young, we're too emerging, which is why I love the crowdfunding thing, because we can all go in on this together. Then I can do the things to raise the valuation, then get the private equity at a decent valuation, and we'll go from there. You know?
I know a guy, we'll call him John C, because, and he does consults with me, and he's got a food company. Yeah. I told you about John. Yep. I want to say John's on his third
John's amazing
of funding, right? Getting, and that's just the way it goes. You get this much money and you do this, and then you go do another round of buys and you do that. And, you just keep going. Look, it's not for the faint at heart. It's a lot of work.
It brings up all of kind of your deepest fears too, about like, hey, I'm basically saying, I believe in this business, but do you believe in enough to put some money in? Because and it's okay if you're in that place where you're like, no, I really believe in you, but I don't have the money. That's okay too. If you don't have any money and you want to support, go write a review for our books. Go write a review for this podcast. Share with a friend. That's amazing. Like any little bit helps. And Vinny and I have been doing this for so long and grown it from a very organic word of mouth place. Like this whole thing has grown because you guys tell each other about the successes that you're having. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's, so anyway, thank you for letting me discuss that. Let me know if you guys have any more questions on anything. I'm here to answer questions. And then I really want to get the update. I saw your video on Cash for Candy.
Yeah.
But I want to hear the deets. Like what were the kids saying out there in these streets?
Okay. So it's funny. My buddy, Don Coddington, was just asking me about this today.
Don Coddington's Friday, 5 o'clock.
Anyway, everyone, like the neighbors and everyone's been asking me, what's the deal? Right? Like what's doing with that? Well, Serena said the day before Halloween, she goes, I have an idea. We're going to give cash for candy.
Love it.
And because every year we struggle, right? We try doing little toys and this and that. These kids don't want, they don't want like little Matchbox cars and Hot Wheels.
Right.
And, I've tried everything. And
they have too many toys. They don't want toys.
One year we put in a bunch of baskets, ultra fat. The kids don't understand what ultra fat is. We tried different things. And so finally she was like, hey, what if we buy the candy back? Now, since I heard about this, people have told me, oh yeah, my dentist, they'll buy the candy back.
Oh, really?
Per pound. So apparently dentists have been doing stuff like this for a while. So we're not the only ones, we didn't really come up with this, but we didn't know.
Serena invented it.
Serena invented it. She invented Bond Girls and now this.
That's right.
So I was like, oh man, they're going to TP our house for sure this year. But we live in a small community and there are a lot of kids, and it's just a little enclave on the edge of town. So I said, yeah, let's do it. So she went way out. She went out and got, not just regular kind of poster board. She got the cork board, the thick stuff.
Yeah. The particle board, not the particle board. What's that thing called where it's like the
foam core?
Foam core.
Yeah, she got a big foam core. It was black already. So it's kind of Halloween-y.
Mm-hmm.
She got a bunch of different stencils and she wrote in there very nicely. You'll see it. She held the sign up in the front yard.
Very good sign.
Cash for candy.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have a stake to drive it in the ground. So I got my skill saw out. I found a 2x4 and I cut the 2x4 to about I want to say about 3 feet. And then I did a sliver all the way down. I freehanded, and I just freehanded.
Okay. Wow, that's impressive.
Look, I built a whole cedar strip kayak from, ripping wood. So I figured I can freehand one with a skill saw.
Yeah.
So I made a board about that thick. And of course it was about almost 2 inches wide, and made a stake and put it in the ground, and we stapled that sign onto it. And there it was for everyone to see right in front of the yard. And we put a lantern under it to light it up so you can read it as you're walking up to the door. So I'm sure the parents, because Coddington was asking me, wait, when the kids came up, were they confused? I was like, no, I think the parents, because from the bottom up to where you walk up to my house, it's like a circular driveway I have coming up to the front.
Mm-hmm.
I think the parents explained, if you give them some candy, they'll give you cash. Right. Mm-hmm. So we didn't say how much on the sign.
Right.
When they came up, the kids would say, trick or treat, how much? And it's like, give me 5 pieces of anything and you will get $1. If you give us 10 pieces, you'll get $2, and so on and so forth.
And did you feel like the kids agreed that was a fair trade?
They were excited about it.
Yeah.
Excited. I mean, just overwhelmed.
Great.
So I was like, wow. So a lot of kids gave more than 5 pieces. They were given like 10 and 15 pieces. And I thought they would be given a Jolly Ranchers or like one M&M or whatever.
Yeah.
No, there was like high dollar candy. There was the Reese's cups in there. There were, a lot of the little mini Snickers and the whole thing, the little tiny ones. But it was the kind of stuff where I was like, maybe I should try one of these. We literally had to, the next morning we did a quick video so we could put the follow-up video. And then I took it right to the trash and dumped it in the same trash that we dumped the dog shit in when we cleaned the dog shit. Because look, I'm a sweet-aholic. We just don't keep it in the house. And I can tell myself it's going to be 1, but it won't be 1. I'm not better than anyone else. It'll be, oh man, now it's, I got that taste in my mouth, So neither one of us tasted, but we had a nice sized bowl of candy. You could go to my Instagram and see it. As a social experiment, it worked really well.
About how much you think you sold?
I don't know. We had $100 in ones that we went out and got, and we didn't hand them all out. There was some left.
Okay.
But we never counted it, right? I wish we had counted it. I wish I could have done a video. Coddington was saying, you should have done a video of Serena making the deals. And it's like, I was down here doing my VIP group that night. I thought it was very important to do VIP on Halloween night, so I was
trying to find your Instagram post because people wrote crazy shit.
Yeah, which was interesting. Let's see if I can see some of those posts too. Like I had some,
here it is.
Did you find it?
I mean, obviously most people overwhelmingly loved it, including myself. And I commented that you have enough dollar bills left over for the strip club. So that's good.
Let's see.
Always a bonus.
The first one is right at almost 30,000 views and 48 comments. But there were comments, it's Halloween. Let these kids have their candy. Great. Is every day Halloween?
You took the candy. You gave them a choice.
I wasn't the Scrooge. I didn't say, it's like you could leave here without anything. That's fine.
You kids walk on my lawn. I'm stealing your candy, but I'll give you $1. Like, you didn't say that.
And by the way, people have forgotten. It used to be called trick or treat.
That's right.
Right? We've forgotten about the trick part. It used to be, people would trick you and do all kinds of stuff. And it was shenanigans when I was a kid. Like, they would have someone come up behind you like a ghost and scare you and the whole thing. And then they would, don't cry.
Or just leave flaming shit on your doorstep.
I was offered 500 euros for a necklace I was wearing. I refused. Was I addicted to the necklace? This is one of the comments I got. Pippolina wrote this. I'm going to start from the top. I was once offered 500 euros for a necklace I was wearing. I refused. Was I addicted to the necklace? Not exchanging for money doesn't mean one's addicted. I mean, I don't even get what she's saying.
Thanks for sharing, friend.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you getting at?
I don't know. I don't know if everybody should do clever analogies. You know what I mean? Not everybody needs to do an analogy because your analogies don't always make sense, y'all.
Yeah. Maybe the numismatic value.
It was good. And then people love seeing Serena too, which is
let me use a big word. Maybe the numismatic value of your necklace wasn't worth the amount of money they were offering you. Okay. Pippolina. Yeah. Come on. 0 posts, 80 followers. Okay. Yeah. Enjoy.
No, I thought it was so brilliant. And I think next year you're going to get that rep. You know what I mean? You're going to have to make sure you have enough cash.
You're going to have a lot of cash around next year because I think the word is out now. Now, I did the next day, I went out for a walk. Wait, hang on. I got to be honest. I went for a ruck. I had 40 pounds.
You went rucking.
I went rucking for 90 minutes while I was on the phone.
Love it.
And there's a lot of leaves because we're in the middle of fall. And I see in the cul-de-sac up against the leaf, $1 bill folded in half.
Uh-huh.
And I went, oh, a kid dropped $1, one of the kids. And then I saw another $1 bill. All in all, I found $8 bills in the cul-de-sac.
So those are yours. Somebody dropped them or like?
Well, the first thing I did was the neighbor has 4 kids.
Right.
So I called them and the woman's name is Kat. I said, Kat, did any of your kids lose $8 in cash? And she was like, no. I said, could you ask them? Maybe they're too embarrassed to tell you. So she asked and she goes, no, that's not ours. So I got $8 back just on going for a walk.
I mean, kids, they don't carry wallets. So they probably put it in their pocket or their costume and it fell out or whatnot.
And by the way, it wasn't all in one clump. It was like, as a matter of fact,
that's what I'm saying. Like they're just scattered. Somebody scattered.
I just started zigzagging.
Dropped $2 and yeah.
Because there was a lot of leaves and I just started zigzagging back and forth and ended up with $8.
I mean,
yeah.
Return on investment.
Yeah.
Joke's on you, kids.
So it worked out.
Keep your dollars. That's on you.
I'm sorry that some people on the internet just refuse to understand anything.
Well,
but, that's that.
They're dum-dums. And what you did was awesome. So,
yeah,
we did it.
So, Anna, we don't have to do any more show here, right? I mean,
no, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. I just wanted to have you on. I wanted to talk about that. I think what you're doing is incredible. I wanted to give other people the opportunity to get in on a good thing.
And this Friday, it comes out still while the early bird incentives are going. So it's good timing. So thank you.
Keep in mind, folks, you do not have to sign up for the whole thing. You could just go in.
You have to create a profile because per SEC, like your information is going to be properly registered with the SEC as a shareholder of the company. It's not like, thanks for your $350.
Right.
So-and-so will never see you again. Like it's going to be registered with it's called a transfer commission. It's going to be on there, which is great. That's what we want. We want everything tracked properly.
So Anna, let me do my plugs first, and I want you to do the StartEngine thing. So I want it to be the last thing we say before I say goodbye.
Okay.
So, folks, we all go shopping on Amazon. Before you go to Amazon, go to VinnieTortorich.com, click through the banner. If you're going to buy Eat Happy Kitchen, Eat Happy Kitchen 2, or Eat Happy Italian, make sure to go through VinnieTortorich.com. Takes you right to those books on Amazon, and you can get them right there. It's the holidays, and you want to pick up those books. The all of her stuff, the eatery stuff. I mean, you can get all the powders and the sauce, the gravies. They're all there online. You can still get them. So go get all of that. And that's what we have here. Go on, Anna.
Yeah. So if you go to StartEngine.com and you search Eat Happy Kitchen, that's probably the fastest way to get there. If you're listening to this online and you happen to be in front of a computer and you've got Vinnie's show notes in front of you, we will link. If you go to eathappykitchen.com, it's like on every drop-down menu, because obviously we want people to invest. So it's everywhere, all over eathappykitchen.com, our campaign page. So you'll basically click Get Equity. You have to sign up for a StartEngine account and fill out some questions for the SEC and go from there. And I hope you guys want to do this with me. I do not take this lightly. I can't repeat that enough. Like now it's like maybe last year, or this year when things got dicey, I could have shut the doors down or something, but because it's just me, you know what I mean? Yeah. Now it's like, nope. Now it's like, we're in it, baby. We're doing this. We're taking this all the way.
She's in it to win it, folks.
That's right. That's
so go do all of that.